Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about Mula Bandha, the root lock, possibly the most powerful of the bandhas, of the seals, of the locks of the yogic tradition, and in general one of the most powerful techniques of the whole yogic world, of the whole tantra. And a base for many other techniques. But once you master Mula Bandha, you really open the doors of many things. So what is Mula Bandha? Mula Bandha is a contraction of the pelvic floor, but also a contraction of Mooladhara Chakra. So Mula Bandha has two aspects. One physical aspect, which is the contraction of the muscles of our perineum, of our pelvic floor, and one pranic aspect, which is the contraction of the root chakra, Mooladhara Chakra. So these two are interconnected, of course, and we will learn the physical aspects first in order then, with time, to master the pranic aspects. So, how to do Mula Bandha? Mula Bandha is pretty tricky and is kind of difficult to explain visually. You have really to try it. So in our pelvic floor, we have a lot of nerves, a bundle of muscles that connect our anal sphincter, our perineum, and our genital muscles. So we can consider them like divided in two parts. One is the front part, the one of the genital, and one is the rear part, the one of the anus. So Mula Bandha is a contraction of a point in between. It's a contraction as a very specific point, which is not so easy to find. So for this first introductory video, we will contract the whole pelvic floor. And we will try with the next sessions to isolate then the proper Mula Bandha point from the other points. So the effects of these are plenty, and I will write them in the description and in a proper article that you will find on my website and on the course. But let's just say that our parasympathetic nerves are connected to this area, the pelvic floor, the sacrum, and the throat. So these two things connect and stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, which you know is the rest and digest system, is a part of the nervous system which we want to find ourselves more often in. So we want to be in a relaxed state. And Mula Bandha really opens up this possibility. Plus, in the Kundalini tradition, we know that it's said that the dormant energy, the Kundalini Shakti, is located in the Mooladhara Chakra. So these techniques really stimulates this dormant energy, and with time and a lot of practice, we can work on awakening this potential. So let's start our practice. So sit in a comfortable position for now, for the first few rounds, and then close your eyes and take a big inhale. Exhale from your mouth. And if you need it, do it a few more times, or just seal your mouth and come to a normal respiration. Remember to keep your spine upright and shoulder relaxed. Neck is long. Now let's contract all the pelvic floor together. So squeeze the anus, squeeze the genitals, and squeeze the perineum, and release. And now we're gonna do 25 such contractions. Contract and release quickly. So try to keep everything else relaxed and only contract the pelvic floor. So let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Release. So you might see that when you contract your anus, also your genitals get contracted. It's okay, it's all right. We are not used to isolate the different muscles of our pelvic floor, but this is a very, very beneficial practice. And we will learn with time how to do these different contractions, how they differ, how we have in yoga a mudra which is the contraction of the anus, Shwini mudra. We have Vajiroli, which is the contraction of the genitals, and we have Mula Bandha. They're all different, but for now we just contract everything together. So now we're going to do another round of 25, but this time we are going to sync with the breath. So we take an inhale and we contract during the inhale, then we hold for a second and give the contraction a slight push, so squeeze a little more and then release on the exhalation. And we do this for 25 breaths. They don't have to be very long breaths. I will count for you. Get ready. So inhale and contract. Hold and squeeze. Release. 1. Inhale and contract. Hold and squeeze. Squeeze, 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 and release. 2. Inhale and contract. Hold and squeeze. Push the energy up the spine and release. 3. Inhale. 4. Contract, hold, squeeze, and release. Inhale. 5. Contract, hold and squeeze, and release. Keep everything else relaxed. Inhale and contract, only the pelvic floor. Hold and squeeze, and release. Inhale and contract. Hold and squeeze. And release. Inhale and contract. Hold and squeeze. And release from the nose. Inhale and contract, and try to not engage your lower abdomen. It's a bit difficult, but with time you will understand how to only contract the pelvic floor. Hold and squeeze, release. Number 10, inhale, contract only the pelvic floor. Hold and squeeze, and release. Inhale and contract. Focus on your anus this time for a few rounds. So contract the anus. Bring your attention to all the muscles that are contract and try to isolate the anus. Hold and squeeze and release. Inhale again, attention on the anus. Hold and squeeze. Release. One more time, inhale. Hold and squeeze. And release. Inhale and contract. Only the anus, try, hold and squeeze, and release. Now let's move forwards toward the genital. Inhale and contract, as if you're trying to hold the urge to urinate. Hold and squeeze, and release. Do it once again. Frontal contraction of the genitals. Inhale, hold and squeeze, and release. Inhale and contract. Try to contract only the front now. So leave your anus alone and only genitals. Squeeze. Release. Don't squeeze too hard. Just intensify the contractions. Do it once more. Inhale. Hold and squeeze. And release. Okay, now we are going to try to go in between this in the perineal area. Inhale and contract the muscles between your genital and your anus. Squeeze while holding the breath in and release. All the times that you squeeze, feel the energy being pulled up through the spine. Feel the vibration in the cerebrospinal fluid, the column of fluid which is within your spinal column, inside and outside. Inhale, hold and squeeze, and release. So for the women, try to locate point deep up your cervix. And for the men, try to locate the point not so deep on the perineal area, but not really on the surface, just a little bit inside, a few centimeters inside. Inhale, contract. Hold and squeeze. Pull the energy up, pull the energy up. Attention to the spine. Bring it up the crown of the head and release. 3 more times. Inhale. Try to contract only this point now. Everything else will contract as well, but don't worry. Just focus. Try to make your attention one-pointed, hold and squeeze. Release. Last 2. Inhale. Hold and squeeze. And release. Last one. Inhale. Big contraction, hold and squeeze, squeeze more, keep everything else relaxed, but squeeze the pelvic floor, relax the abdomen, squeeze, hold the breath, pull the energy up, up, release the contraction, release the breath. But now stay. Bring your palms facing upward on top of your thighs, top of your knees. Shoulder open, chest open. Touch your thumb and ring finger, Prithvi Mudra, the Earth Mudra, connected to the Mooladhara Chakra. Our root of stability, of grounding, of safety, our base. Inhale and exhale normally, relaxed. Move the diaphragm up and down. Notice the breath and bring your attention to your root. Imagine, if you want, a red color. Anything red, an archetype of red. Maybe a heart, maybe an apple. Maybe just a red mist, a red fog, a red smoke inside your perineal area. In and out. Notice what has changed after this many repetition of this bandha, this lock. And feel the connection between your thumb and your ring finger. Maybe release the mudra 1 second. Feel the difference and then put it together again. Very subtle differences. Very good attention anchors. And maybe you feel some throbbing. It's all good, it's perfect. This is what you want, the energy building up and stirring in your body. Now stay here as long as you want. And if you find yourself wandering, do a few more rounds of the contraction of the perineal area. Whatever you find easier, if you want to do the whole pelvic floor, or if you want to isolate the rear part, the front part, or the proper Mula Bandha central part. Do a few rounds with the breath, and then come back to this relaxation. And stay until you hear the sound of the bell, or maybe even longer if you have time, in this blissful state.